A move by Governor Stitt is raising eyebrows for some members of his own party.
This week, he signed an agreement with the country of Denmark. It pushes for more renewable energy collaboration, but as News 4's Spencer Humphrey tells us, some Republicans are upset about it.
They say opposites attract, so maybe it shouldn't have come as a surprise. Still though, Governor Stitt's coupling of the state of Oklahoma with the country of Denmark for renewable energy is not something even people in the governor's own party had on their radar.
I'm going to beg to differ with him on this particular issue.
This was Stitt signing a memorandum of understanding with Denmark's U.S. ambassador earlier this week, aiming at increasing cooperation between Denmark and Oklahoma by collaborating on concrete renewable energy projects. It partners the state with Danish-owned energy company EE North America with a goal to build a state-of-the-art Power-to-X facility in the state that would produce green methanol from renewable energy sources. And not everyone's happy about it.
Our best role as state government is just to get out of the way of those that produce and, keep their taxes reasonably low, keep the regulation low, and just get out of their way and let them do business as best they can.
State Rep Jim Olson is one of several Oklahoma Republicans who publicly criticized the governor's move this week. He says the state shouldn't subsidize an industry he believes can support itself without help.
And I'm not opposed to green energy. If someone wants to produce energy from wind or sun, that's great. And there ought to absolutely be freedom for those companies that want to do that. But I hate it when government jumps in and tries to pick winners and losers.
Attorney General Gentner Drummond also blasting Stitt's move in this social media post Wednesday, writing, "I am severely disappointed to see Governor Stitt joining radical leftists in perpetuating the green energy scam. Oklahomans deserve better." Denmark, of course, is well known for its stance on climate change, with a goal to reduce 70% of global greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. Denmark's Ministry of Foreign Affairs even says on its website the country will work to influence states and non-state actors to commit to ambitious objectives to help achieve that.
The big issue with much of the so-called green energy innovation is the trillions of taxpayer dollars that the federal government and other states have wasted based on climate hysteria.
For State Senator Dusty Deavers, who like Olson is also a member of the conservative Oklahoma Freedom Caucus, the concern also comes over a difference in values.
If green energy companies can produce reliable and affordable energy for Oklahomans without taxpayer subsidies and foreign land ownership and woke globalist ESG DEI initiatives, then that's great.
Now, all that said, the agreement signed this week is just that, an agreement. It does not allocate any state money toward anything yet. That would ultimately be up to the legislature.
And we just need to back away and let the best person win.
In Oklahoma City, Spencer Humphrey, Oklahoma's News 4.
We reached out to the governor's office today for his response to those criticisms from within his own party, but no one responded.